Small actions, brothers and sisters, that you may do, but you do them for Allah sincerely with your heart, seeking His face subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will raise you. Don't worry about the people. People will like you today, they will hate you tomorrow. They will smile in your face and then they may want to stab you in your back. Jealousy exists. As they said, there's a saying in Arabic, Ma khala jasad min hasad. Nobody is immune from jealousy. Sometimes you see that individual is jealous. He just can't control it. But that's part of life. For us, can't focus on that. We cannot focus on that. We have to focus on benefiting and raising our communities. With regards to life, and I'll close with this, brothers and sisters. Hifd al-nafs, preservation of life, is one of the maqasid al-sharia. One of the primary objectives of Islamic law. As Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى التَّهْلُكَةِ. Do not destroy yourselves. Preservation of life is something that is a fundamental principle of every legislation that Allah Azza wa Jal revealed to every prophet and was central in every message. Why? Because if life is not protected, there will be chaos. How can your children learn? This is what I'm saying. This is what's at stake. I came in here today at Jum'ah. I shook the hand of a brother. The brother's son was killed. I'm looking it's traumatic. You're meeting people that their sons were killed. The person that got shot that we carried to the car, he was a Muslim. We didn't know at the time. He got killed. His father was killed. It's like we're talking, like I said, about a war zone, Afghanistan, or somewhere like that. Father murdered, son murdered. Look at this pattern. Are we not going to stand up as men together and break it? Are we not going to stand together and cooperate to break it? And again, if you're not with the solution, you're part of the problem. If you're taking pop shots on Instagram, you're part of the problem. And anyone that's shaking your hand and walking with you with their arm around you, they're part of the problem as well. Because we believe فَإِنَّ الْفِتْنَةَ يَفْتَدِحُ عِنْدَهَا خَلْقٌ كَثِيرٌ. That at times of trials and tribulations and confusion, that's when people's realities become exposed. Life, brothers and sisters. Human life is to be valued and cherished. It is a blessing that we all share that is priceless. Even if someone is broke, you have something in your possession that is priceless, life. There are so many signs and indications around us that life is priceless. One of the greatest evidences that life is priceless. If you were to go to any person who is dying on their deathbed, they would give everything that they possessed and all of their wealth to buy another life where they can enjoy the moments along with their loved ones and their friends. But brothers and sisters, life cannot be bought, nor can it be transferred. It can only be respected and defended. Life cannot be bought. It cannot be transferred by us from person to person. It can only be cherished and protected. Are we going to protect it? And are the Muslims in this city going to stand for the protection of life with everything that they possess and everything that they own? If the answer is yes, then we can change this problem. If the answer is no, then may Allah Azza wa Jal bring forth a people who will. Brothers and sisters, ibadallah, ayyuhal mu'minun. This situation that we find ourselves in, this senseless violence and this senseless murder and killing and the like of these things. Inshallah ta'ala, in the future, we plan to write a publication that we will release and spread, inshallah, for the whole of the city. A roadmap that we will embark upon. We're not waiting for anyone else. We're not waiting for any meetings. We're not waiting for any funding. We're not waiting for any politicians. And I tell you this from the minbar. The politicians amongst themselves are divided. You're waiting for a people who are divided amongst themselves to solve a problem that you are the ones who are suffering. You, your children, and your wives and your families. Do you think that there would be such a delay if this was in other counties? I looked at the statistics because I made a statement in my talk. This is a pandemic. This murdering spree is a pandemic. And I said it's most probably worse than COVID right now. I looked at the statistics. 10 homicides, I think, in 2 weeks. COVID deaths in Philadelphia, I think it was around average of 4. Are we treating it like a pandemic? Is the government treating it like a pandemic? Brothers and sisters, you want your children to go to school and learn. How can your child go to school and learn and he's scared of getting shot? How can your daughter go to school and learn and girls are getting shot? What type of life is that? You deprive them of safety, us as a community, because we're not solving it. Majority of the people, not everyone sitting on their hands waiting. Naam. No safety, no security. Then poor education. Then they're scared about going to school to get an education. Limited opportunities because no one's going to give you something for free. You see the cycle? Who can change it? We can change it ourselves. I know the brothers we have in the community. I know the sisters we have in the community. I know the brains that we have. Look, and I'll just mention this and I'll say it. I'm not a politician. I'm not trying to get elected. Whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. CARE, who's meant to represent the Muslims, right? The organization CARE. When we see incidents taking place and people getting shot even outside synagogues and churches, rightfully so, they condemn it and they show their support and so on and so forth. Where were they to come and speak up for you? Where were they? Where were they to come and speak up for you? Not saying that we want them or we need them, but I'm just highlighting a reality for you. Because again, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah will not change the state of a people until they change the state of themselves. Who's going to change your life for you? Who's going to change your community for you? Who's going to change it? The people that live there and who are invested there. They're the ones who can change. It's like your household. Just take your house as a community, which it is. It's a small community. Is somebody going to come in your house and raise your children? Is somebody going to come in your house and pay your bills? Is somebody going to come in your house and teach your kids? No. So why are you waiting for them to do that for your community? How many doctors do we have amongst us and dentists amongst the Muslims, regardless of their race? Why aren't they rushing to set up clinics in areas that are suffering financially, economically? Why? But they want our support when they have political causes going on, rightfully so, again, in Palestine and other issues. That reality, yes, we make dua for the Muslims in Palestine, but we're living in our war here. We're living in a war. Yes, wallahi, our heart goes out to Palestine. We've spoken about it in the khutb. We've spoken about how the situation should be changed and supporting them medically and supporting them financially and so on and so forth. But I'm asking you, in the last 2 weeks, I don't know the statistics. Go and check. 10 homicides in the last 2 weeks in Philadelphia. That's not including people wounded. Because again, brothers and sisters, no one is going to change our communities except for ourselves. No one. And it amazes me that some people, and this is not our methodology nor our belief, we believe as humans, we all come from Adam. We all come from Adam, and it doesn't matter as long as you're a believer, you're our brother in faith. Like Malcolm said, rahimahullah ta'ala. Some people who say, the white man is the devil or we don't trust the white man. Why you got your hands out begging the white man? Why? Nifaq. Hypocrisy. We're not waiting for handouts. We have the economic ability amongst us. We have the religious ability amongst us. We have the professional ability amongst us. It's just about organizing it, cooperating upon what's right, being honest with one another, and by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, you will see the change. And we ask Allah to grant the Muslims and even the non-Muslims success in bringing about peace to this war-torn city.